Back with us on the SportsMax Zone. The NBA tipped off on Tuesday night with reigning champions Milwaukee Bucks opening their title defense with a 127-104 win over Brooklyn Nets. While over in the West, that was in the East, LA Lakers took their dismal preseason form into this new campaign, losing 121-114 to Golden State Warriors. D. Oliver and Ricardo Chambers recap the action.
We start off this one at the home of the champions, Giannis and the Bucks getting their rings in an emotional ceremony in Milwaukee.
Think they'd be up for it on an emotional night? Yup. And they were hosting a team many consider to be title favorites, the Brooklyn Nets.
James Harden was trying to find his range, but look who found his range early.
What a pass by Chris Middleton to Giannis. Preseason we heard Giannis was working on his jump shot.
Yeah, he's a dangerous customer.
Yeah, we know that, especially on the defensive end. What a block on Nick Claxton.
Harden, we know he's a manufacturer of the sublime. Yes. And in the second quarter, from outside the arc, he would end with 20 points, 8 boards, and 8 assists.
The Bucks would go on a 16-3 run. Brook Lopez from 3. Claxton and the Nets would soon get into the thick of things, though. That pass from Patty Mills.
Nets closing half strong. Harden to KD to Blake Griffin. The Nets down by just 7 at the half.
Third quarter, Giannis with the Euro step. The big man having his own way to finish with 32 points, 14 rebounds, and 7 assists.
KD trying to drag the Nets back from downtown. He would end with 32 points and 11 boards.
Mills was perfect from three-point land, by the way, 7 from 7 to finish with 21 points.
But Giannis and the Bucks were running away with this. It's a big win for the champions on a special night. They take it 127-104.
Across the California now for that battle between two teams trying to fit the perfect jigsaw puzzle. Russell Westbrook back home. Carmelo Anthony also set to make an LA debut. But as always, it's a matchup between the two big brands in the NBA, Steph Curry and LeBron James.
And James started strong actually on defense, denying Jordan Poole, stating he's very much up for it because, you know, he's had to prove himself every time, everywhere. And now, from downtown,
Rajon Rondo knows how to find a pass, and he found AD in one of the plays of the night inside Staples, 2 of his 33 points.
Lakers would take a 6-point lead at halftime. Into the second half now, and here the Lakers with a quick transitional. Old people, right? Who knew? AD applied the finish.
Midway the third, and let me just say, LeBron looked really sharp, running the full length of the court to then apply the hammer.
And when he wasn't applying the hammer, he was using the spear. He would finish with 34 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 assists.
Spear, where do you get that from? Fourth quarter now, Golden State always closing the gap. Finally taking the lead. Poole from long range.
Then LeBron responding. I'm sure he's aiming to be an MVP candidate this season, surely.
Then Poole again with the drive to the hoop to stretch the lead to 8.
Then Curry back on the court, hits the 3. He had an off shooting night, but still, the Warriors win on the road, coming back from a 10-point deficit.
Curry walks away with the ball after securing just his 8th career triple-double. Golden State win 121-114.
Yeah, touching the hand of Reggie Miller there at the end, Steph Curry. Well, Giannis was asked about playing on the same night he and his teammates received their rings for leading the Bucks to their first NBA championship in 50 years and the second in franchise history.
It was hard. Obviously, we were all excited for the ring and just, you know, seeing our banner. And it's kind of hard to like balance that, you know, go from that excitement, from that emotional state to be able to get ready to play a game. But I think we did a great job. Once all the ceremony was over, we were able to focus on our game plan and on ourselves, and we were able to get the win.
Yeah, so Milwaukee crowning their coronation night with a victory over one of the teams expected to fight them in the East and fight them for the right to play in the NBA championship game. And of course, one of the candidates for the title this year. So, how did you all like the Bucks last night?
Well, they were dominant from the first quarter. Without a doubt, we knew that they were going to win last night's match. I felt as if Giannis, I mean, it's the first game, so don't hold me to this, but he looked like much improved from last season.
In what aspect?
Well, I mean, first, fitness, the manner in which he was able to score, the amount of points, he just looked refreshed and ready to go. But as I said, it's the first game, so I don't know if he'll slow down, but we know how Giannis is, and I think he's going to be MVP again.
Yeah, you know what? Sometimes in sport, when you're a champion...
Hold on, Nancy. You think he's going to be what?
MVP.
Okay, so why did you whisper that? So you can say that confidently. If you get it wrong, it's not a problem. So that's what you think?
Yeah.
After one night, you think Giannis is going to be MVP? Based on what you saw last night? No, you can't say that. Okay.
I did say it was only one match.
No, but you're saying that you think Giannis is going to be MVP this season. That's a good bet. Yeah.
No, I just want to say, which probably strengthens the point that Mariah is making, that sometimes when you're a champion, you automatically become better. Just knowing that you are the champion. That by itself gives you 20% on the season you had before. And if you look at things that way, then I think the Bucks are in a good place, because what we saw last night was a team that knew they were champions. Giannis knew, the status he now has with a ring, and he just showed it and flaunted it.
Still, the Bucks are still a one-man team.
Yeah.
Fact is, Chris Middleton will come hot and cold. And the fact is, if he's cold, nobody will slate him, because he's not a superstar. You don't expect him to be cold. If Giannis is cold, he gets killed. If he has one off night, Giannis has lost it. That. LeBron cold one night, LeBron is old. Steph Curry doesn't turn up, KD doesn't turn up, you get that. So the fact of the matter is, the problem with the Bucks is just that. It's a one-man team. But they got consistency from everybody on that championship run last year. And crucially, unlike the other big teams, they avoided the injuries that hamstrung the Lakers, word used pointedly, that decimated the Nets, and everybody around them who could really fight them for the title were short-handed. They had all their pieces together, so they were able to move. Will they have that fate this year, the twin luck of avoiding big injuries and their big rivals, big players, falling prey to the injury bug? I don't think that will happen again. But neither did I think the Bucks would have won last year. So, what are we to? Who are we to predict the future? I'm just saying that for that perfect storm to happen again, it is highly unlikely. That, though, Mariah, does not say they won't play well this season, and that doesn't say that your boy won't. Well, at least as far as the Bucks are concerned, that Giannis won't be the MVP this season. Because if you're betting early on an MVP candidate, he is as good a person as anybody to wager on for individual play.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I agree with that. In the league.
Yeah, but what about the Nets? Because I felt as if, the Nets, they're supposed to be a very strong team yesterday. You and I had a discussion about how, they really don't need Kyrie to be an actual competitor and do very well. But after last night, I'm starting to wonder, maybe he needs to come back in.
No, they'll be fine. The Kyrie and the Kyrie out, the Nets will be fine. They'll hit a groove. Harden will hit his groove. Look, KD is going to have more big nights and low nights. James Harden is going to have more big nights and low nights as well. After one game, the Bucks won't win the championship. And after one game, the Nets won't lose. And after one game, LeBron and the Lakers aren't rubbish. And after one game, the Warriors and Curry aren't the best things in sliced bread. Although I don't know why people think sliced bread is anything all that.
I like sliced bread, so don't be on sliced bread.
Okay, there you go. All right, all right. So let's hear from Steph Curry following that game against the Lakers where the Warriors won.
This is a good feeling. We had a lot of excitement coming in the season. The new cast of characters mixed with our core, and we weathered the storm tonight. Obviously, I played like trash, shot the ball terribly. But, if we can win a game like that where we created some good shots and just stuck with it defensively against a pretty good team.
Man registers triple-double, including 21 points, and says he shot the ball like trash. And you know what? He was right. He was awful shooting the ball.
By his standards.
No, he was awful.
He was just awful,
Lance.
He was just awful. The baskets he got, remember, he what he did usually when Steph Curry scores 21 points, you know that he's had a bad shooting night. Yeah. Because if he's connecting, 5 threes, that alone is 15 points. What he did, he got most of his basket driving to the hoop and the flicks and the finger rolls and the layups, he got those. But the perimeter shooting, man, he was awful.
Yeah, but talking about awful, what about my best bud?
Who's that?
Russell Westbrook.
Yes.
8 points, 5 rebounds.
Yes.
What the hell?
Yes.
Making another team ruined.
Yes.
One game.
No, but here's where she.
No, she earlier when she was talking about the earlier game, she said she didn't want to say much.
But here's where
one
she has
game.
a point, though.
But she's just giving Russell Westbrook one game.
Yeah, but here's where she has a point. He's been like that from preseason. The team has been a bit off from preseason, and I put no store whatsoever in preseason or warm-ups going into any company. It doesn't mean nothing to me. It doesn't mean anything to me.
Well, the coach said that they have work to do with Russell. Yeah, because obviously he doesn't fit into what they're doing. Yeah.
Westbrook didn't look good in the preseason games. LeBron had spells when he looked himself, and of course he was big last night. Westbrook looked awful in the preseason, and he was awful last night.
You forgot that this is a man who likes to hug the ball. You're going into a team where LeBron is king, AD is second in command for king. What the hell
he's not a good fit
there?
for the Lakers, to be honest. I don't know how they're going to make the adjustment, but he clearly isn't a good fit for the Lakers based on how he plays and his personality. So I think the coaching staff has a lot of work to do with fixing him, because he needs to be fixed.
He can't be fixed, though. Well, he's incorrigible. The fact of the matter is, I said in 2018, right here, or 17, that Westbrook will never win an NBA championship. I don't think he will. Not even he's thrown the dice now. His last play, go and play with LeBron to see if you can ride on that and
that's
help
a smart
that.
thing, though.
Of course, it's a smart thing.
But he needs to come off the team. He needs to sit on the side and relax and let the team do their thing. Because him being on the team makes it horrible.
Yeah, he's not gonna cut it. So, but the Warriors last night, though, there were things I saw. I said this to Lance from before the game, that the Warriors are coming back to hand. Yeah. They'll play much better this season and be very much more competitive than they were last time. And I expect a very good season from Curry and company. And the Lakers will make the playoffs if everybody's fit, and they'll go very, very far. With LeBron and AD, anything can happen. Westbrook may get in the way. NBA action continues tonight with 11 games, but coverage on your home of champions will continue on Thursday. We have the Atlanta Hawks traveling to Texas to face the Dallas Mavericks. That's 6:30 p.m., 7:30 if you're in the Eastern Caribbean. And then we have the Warriors and the LA Clippers. Same place in California, 9 p.m., 10 p.m. in the Eastern Caribbean, also on SportsMax.